Hello, and this is Fabledom. We're going to go back to our most recent save. We've played about an hour of Fabledom. Cool little game. And we're going to play another hour or so now. Give it a solid go. Very cozy, pleasant fairy tale city builder. So far, I really love it. All right. What do we got here? Are we paused? Yep. There we go. I can hear chickens and pleasant music. And it's winter time. So I don't know what we really want to do in winter. Not sure if there is anything to do. In 3 days, we'll have more newcomers arrive. Population is 20 of 21, so probably ought to see if we can build another homestead before more people come to town. What I ought to do is build a house down in here. Because then we'll benefit from the land value desirability of the tavern there. I can't do that, though. I need more gold coins. Don't have enough. Alright, we have a task here to build a messenger's guild. Produce 10 planks, build a messenger's guild, assign a messenger. So, see about that. We don't have any planks.
Looks cold out there. Oh, look, my wand has shrunk.
Alright. Well, we have only one wood. We'll assign one more person to the lumber camp. And under resource management, let's see about a sawmill. We need 100 gold to build a sawmill. So, soon. Before we get around to that, we'll go ahead and authorize the construction of this house. Because when the villagers came, we only were able to welcome one of them. Because we did not have enough housing for them. Now, can we move a well? That's a question. No. Okay, so that well's in my way, but that's okay. We'll just build our road around this house. Gotta remove a few trees, but that'll be okay. I like it that the placement of buildings is a little bit more deliberate than it is in Foundation. The game follows a little bit more of a consistent style of building placement, whereas Foundation tried to make it a bit more organic. So a lot of buildings would just sort of appear based on where your villagers wanted to put them, which is very cool in its own right, but I like this. We can't build anything because we're just plain broke. Matilda's bringing wood. Now, what I think is interesting is this villager was able to cut through the property there and go around the well. So, roads are not as critical to infrastructure as they are in some games. I haven't sped up the game because I really like the chill, calm vibe of it, and I thought, I don't know that I necessarily want to make the game go faster. I want to experience this slow progression and a relaxed feel to the playthrough. Because we're not putting out any fires here. After all, the game is early access. There's going to be more expansion material coming eventually. So if it takes us a while to get through a build in Foundation, that'll be perfectly fine. Now, if I get bored, I'll probably go revert to speeding up the game a bit if I feel like it, but haven't got there yet. I love the way winter fades into spring, and now suddenly everything is so pleasant and beautiful again. And winter was not terribly long either, because when I saved the game and exited last time, winter was just starting. So we kind of started this playthrough roughly at the beginning of winter, and you can see it wasn't very long at all. So I think the cycles are reasonably short. Now we can build more farm fields here, which we will do. I like it how when you plant a building, the trees just automatically get cut down and you can see them fall. So that's a nice little touch. We'll expand our road. I guess we won't expand our road. Forgot, we're out of money. We need to make sure we get enough food before winter comes again. I have to reiterate that they got the look and feel of farming spot on. The way the plants look is just so rewarding. Nice to see. I think wood is going to be our issue. We need to, as soon as we can, we need to expand our wood production. Because we not only don't have enough regular wood, but we don't have any planks. And we're going to need those. I'm sure we're going to need them. Alright, so we have more newcomers. They want to stay, but we can't keep them unless we can build that house. I don't know how long they'll stay here. We'll ignore this prompt for a little bit in hopes that we can get this house built before they leave. But we might just have to pass up this round of new immigrants. Now, our last tile purchase was this area here, so I'd imagine we can probably do a fishing area too. Yeah, Fisherman's Hut is not yet available. It's coming in a later stage of early access. So we aren't going to actually be able to do any fishing. That's alright. Our Fabelings will be able to at least go to the water and enjoy a nice afternoon by the beach. It's okay. We can catch the fish later on. How's our stockpile doing? By no measure is our stockpile full, so no concerns there. Our visitors will leave in 3 days, but I think we might be able to get this house built before then. It's almost built. Yep, so our house will be built just in time. And we've welcomed 2 new guests into our village. For a total of 23 people. We're going to assign another person to the lumber camp. We don't have anyone else available to assign, so... At least we should see a little bit faster wood production. The grass and bushes are really interesting because they're completely flat patterns. And they just rotate and angle themselves in such a manner that they look like they're 3D. And it's kind of amazing how well that's implemented. At a glance, you would not look at the ground and think that those plants are not 3D. But then when you actually get in and you look at them closely, you can see that they just continue to face the camera regardless of what direction you're pointing it. But then it also creates a little bit of a sense of almost movement, added movement, too, as they reorient themselves. It's kind of interesting. I feel like sometimes you can look at an indie game like this and kind of wonder, why is it that AAA titles are so much bigger and so much more complicated and so much more demanding of system resources? Because this game feels like a pretty light client, and it doesn't take up a lot of space on the computer, but it seems like a pretty well-made game, so... I do think that sometimes games get bloated after a while. We get paid again in 3 days, and then we'll build a sawmill. Where are we going to put it? I'm thinking we'll put the sawmill right down there, because that's close to our industrial area, and it shouldn't mess up the desirability of our homes, particularly. Sawmill will require 30 wood, 10 stone. Our pumpkins are starting to grow. I guess green pumpkins look a bit like watermelons, don't they? I'm going to have to get back into Foundation too, because it's been a little bit since I've made a video about Foundation. I have a build that's in progress there. Well, we can only invite 1 visitor. I guess that's fine. We're just going to take 1 person. Now we have 24. That's alright. So I don't want to build another house quite yet. I really want to build the sawmill. And if I build another house, then I'm going to be waiting longer, because I need the gold and wood to do that. Alright, now as soon as we get wood, we're going to have a sawmill. And we'll assign our one new villager there. I really like the idea of building a castle with castle walls and all of that. And I don't know how much of that is available in the game right now. I do think that stone walls are available, which is really awesome. But then I did see in the roadmap that castles aren't coming for a while, so perhaps no castles? But then, if there are castles going to be in the game, not just walls that are castle-y, but an actual castle building, that'll be really, really amazing. And I'm assuming that is the case. Which is cool, because I felt like there hasn't really been a game that captured the essence of a fairy tale castle exactly. And there are games with castles, like Age of Empires has castles. Foundation, of course, has castle-like buildings and castle-like walls. But there's just not really any games that just let you build something that feels like a grand castle in a medieval fantasy setting. The closest we ever came was probably Stronghold, the old real-time strategy title, which of course wasn't a fairy tale kind of vibe at all, but it did capture the spirit of building castles, which was super cool. But that's a game that's kind of past its time, and it wasn't... The problem I had with Stronghold was that it didn't really have an open-ended sandbox mode that worked well. So if you wanted to get the best experience out of Stronghold, you really wound up just playing the campaign. And I've never been so much into the campaigns as much as just being able to sit down and start with a free open map and then see what I can build with it. And that's something that you could do that in Stronghold with custom maps and things, but it didn't have any procedurally generated maps or anything like that, and that kind of was something that made me have a limited amount of attention span I gave to that game. Because there were other games that did have random maps and things, and so... In the RTS space, I would always play a game with procedurally generated random maps before I'd play one that didn't have them. I was gonna say there's not really a lot of games that have individual agents when it comes to city builders, and that's true, but one that does exist, which I haven't played, and I do want to play it eventually, when I get caught up on my rather large backlog of other games I want to play. Timberborn is really amazing looking, and I truly believe it would be an amazing experience, so it is on the list of games I want to play them eventually, but I do take my time with all the titles I play, and then sometimes I take a break for a while and I'll come back. But it takes me quite a while to get through a game to the point where I truly say, alright, I'm done with it. I'm ready to move on to a different one and not ever come back to it. Which means Timberborn's probably a ways on down the list. I still have a lot of other builds like Anno 1800, I have various builds in Cities Skylines, just so many things to keep track of that are currently save files I'm working. Alright, so we built the sawmill. Let's see about planning, at least planning, the next location for a house. I think we'll put it right there, and then we'll do the yard like that. We need 15 wood to build that house. But then that'll allow us to build a road there. I'm thinking our next tile that we buy will probably be this one, because there's ruins here, and I don't know what ruins are all about, but I do want to find out, and that might be a useful thing for us. Plus there's also a stone deposit there. I think we can continue to build out our industrial areas kind of in this area, which is away from the houses. Sawmill is done. Well, isn't that nice? You can see the saw in there. It's very cute. The little chair for the guy to sit at when he's not working. Or girl. It's Alice. Alice the woodcutter. Alice, welcome to the wood shop. We appreciate your service. Visitors are about to leave, and we're not going to be able to welcome any of them because that house is not going to be done in time, I don't think. Probably not. Alas. But there isn't really a race, is there? Like, does it really matter if we just have a population of 24 for a little bit longer? I don't think so. I think that's just fine. Yep. That house is not going to be ready in time. So we have to dismiss the villagers. We have 46 gold. Maybe while we wait for other things to happen, we can do a little bit of decorating. See what kind of decorations are available to us. We could do a table. I don't know if I need a picnic table right next to the outhouse. Maybe we'll put a tree there. That seems like a good idea. We should probably start thinking about where Main Street's going to be. Like, what is the main street that's going to run through town? Maybe we haven't even gotten around to it yet. And that would be kind of cool to have something that's a little bit like an avenue. There's some pigs over there. That's cute. World event. Pesky fairies needs your attention. Prince Howard the Raccoon. Farmers have reported issues with swarms of red-winged fairies spreading in their crops. They worry that if we do not address the issue, we risk losing some valuable food resources. Okay. Well, I'll send some help. That's 75 coin to help them. Today I bought a bicycle because spring is finally starting to feel like it's right around the corner. And I always make sure I get 5 miles a day in, just going for a walk and things like that. Wanted to do something a bit more to work on getting more in shape all in all, and I thought, well, I think with spring it's time to do some more rigorous bicycling along with the other things I do. So spent a little bit of time riding a bike around town earlier. That was a fun experience. It's amazing how when you ride a bicycle, it really works all of the different muscles in your body in some way. Like not strenuously, but in some way it does. Like you exercise your middle body to maintain your balance, and your arms you're using to kind of steer and things, and so it's not just your legs pedaling. You kind of get a total body workout, especially if you change your position on the bicycle as you go. Okay, we now have 2 more visitors and another house has been completed, so life is good here. Probably ought to think about building another house after that too. So, I really don't see any good way of knowing how much food you're producing. I'm not super worried about it, but it would be nice to see how much food is being produced and how much food is being consumed, so you can see what is your net profit for really any commodity. That might be something that they'll add later on, I could imagine. We produced our first wooden plank, but that does seem to be a bit of a slow grind. So we're going to build a second lumber camp because we just can't seem to get enough wood. We have 1 unemployed villager, so we can assign them to chop trees here. And I accidentally put it in the wrong direction. I meant for the front to be out here, but I put the front facing the other way. It's alright. So just gonna demolish that other road I'd made, and that'll be fine. Gives our town a little bit of extra character. Windy roads. And there's our forester's extension for the lumber camp. We just accepted one more villager. Joan Martinez. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make something kind of like a main street right here. And we're going to have trees in the middle. So that feels a little bit like an avenue. I imagine that probably helps our land value some too. For food, we seem to be doing just fine. Running 445 food, which is 83 days worth. But as our population grows, our days of supply will wane. So we probably should consider putting some of our next immigrants on a third farm, I'm thinking. Another thing to think about is where we're going to place walls. Because I don't want to have to destroy buildings to build walls. And I like the idea of kind of having sort of an inner keep, if you will. Like the initial part of the town, we'll build a wall around it, and then we'll have more things that we keep on building outside the wall. So it kind of is, you have an old town, basically. I do see that stone deposits are something that will eventually become depleted, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye on, because I don't know what the plan will be after we finish consuming all of our stone resources. Is it just going to be a thing where we're done at that point, or is there a way to replenish those resources so that they can continue to be found in some manner? Of course, right now we're a long ways away from needing to really worry about that. I'm just waiting for our next payday so we can build another house. As soon as we have 100 gold, we can build the Messengers Guild. Because we do have enough planks now to build it. And that'll unlock access to the world map, which is pretty cool. I guess we'll break down and we'll speed up the game, because I do want to be able to get something done during this play session. So we'll let them speed up and build that house and see if we can get it built before our newcomers leave. I don't think so. But that's okay. Better late than never. Maybe. Nope. Almost. They've got the washing out on the line. Very nice. I like how it moves in the breeze. Food supply is still improving. We have 91 days of food. I don't know how long winter lasts, so since we're in fall, 91 days of food might not be enough. I hope it is. I think it is, because I think that a season only lasts something like 30 days. We'll have to watch it and see. Because if we don't produce food in the wintertime, then we need to know how many days is winter, in fact. Okay, we can now build the Messengers Guild. I think we're going to put it by the tavern, because it kind of makes sense. Very cool. At a glance, it almost looks like those two buildings are connected to each other, kind of. So I do like that look. And we have one person to assign there, so now messengers can be sent to other realms to greet their rulers, send messages, and gifts. We welcome one more villager, and now we can, indeed, call ourselves a village. Going forward, your family will expect recurring payments of 20 coin to the family fund. We now can build a windmill, which grinds grain into flour, a stone quarry, which once depleted, the structure loses its functionality. Alright, so you can attach the stone quarry to the stone, but it will use it up and then just be useless. And then a hero headquarters. For all hero operations, it spawns the kingdom's hero when first placed. That sounds pretty cool. And world map. The world map is used to interact with other rulers, complete missions, and more. Click any occupied realm to get started. More realms and rulers will be made available during early access. 8 in total. Alright. Sounds good. Well, here we have the Raccoon Republic, positioned idyllically here by the coast, and we have 2 adjacent kingdoms. So we'll send a messenger to Aodrin, because that's our nearest kingdom. And our delegation will return in 6 days. Once the messenger has arrived, we need to greet the ruler of the newly discovered realm to complete our next objective. And we're assigning one more person to the lumber mill. Having 2 lumber mills, we should see a decent increase in the amount of wood available moving forward. And we're on our way to building yet another homestead. Three days remaining for our delegation. Our little settlement is starting to look a bit, maybe not like a town, but I would say at least like a village. We now have 103 days of feed remaining. It's day 23 of fall. And we need another well. Just in time, we have another 2 guests that have arrived. We've discovered a new realm. It's Agnes, the Harvest Princess. Welcome to my bountiful kingdom. I trust that your intentions are honorable. we can say, a pleasure to meet you. Please accept this gift as a token of my friendship. We'll give Agnes 30 vegetables. Or we could not do that. And, of course, we will do that. We will send Agnes, the Harvest Princess, 30 vegetable. Each realm has a ruler with their own personality, missions, and rewards. To learn more about the ruler, click the information button. You have a relationship with each ruler that is affected by your interactions. Some interactions require a specific relationship level. For example, to start courting, you need to first be friends. Very nice. So what can we do? We can wave. And we can flirt. Very nice. Missions require an embassy. Information. Okay, here we go. Agnes, the Harvest Princess. Bountiful charm. All crop yields are doubled. Fabledom's enchanting May Queen and the Princess of the Harvest herself focused on the bounty of the land and the happiness of her people. Agnes values healthy fields and flowers. She likes flower farms, tulips, and laurel wreaths. Okay. Well, we have now made contact with our neighboring kingdom, and our next objective is a happy surprise to send a message with a gift to another ruler. So we'll go back. We'll go back to where we were. And that is right here. We will send... okay. We won't, because we need 50 grain. That's what it is. She doesn't take just any old thing. We have to give her a gift of grain. Which means now we need another farm. So I think we're going to put our farm there. And we're going to pick wheat as the crop. And then, of course, we'll need to extend the road. Alright, so this is winter. Day 2 of winter. We have 93 days of food supply remaining. There's a world event. Festival needs your attention. It's about time we did some celebration. When things are hard, a festival can help get everyone back on track. When things are good, a festival is even more fun. What do you have to lose? Fabling party planners. Let's party? That's 100 coin. I don't think so. You lose 5 nobility. Well, of course, we'll do a party. Buffs are global effects that affect your entire kingdom in a positive way. They're displayed at the top of your screen underneath the kingdom summary panel. Okay, so right there we can see it. Increased happiness of all fablings by 10 for 30 days. Well, that's nice. No other visual representation of this party happening, though, I will note. All right. Granary is full. So I guess I need another granary. For wheat this time. For whatever reason, the play speed often gets reset to normal speed. If you speed it up, once something happens and you go to a menu or something, the game seems to reset you back to normal speed. We have another option in the military category. The hero headquarters. So where should the hero headquarters be? Maybe the hero headquarters should be by the water. Or maybe the hero headquarters should be near the inn and the Messengers Guild, because that's kind of our government district, I guess, at this point. Having to turn people away seems to be a never-ending problem. We were able to take those 2 villagers in just in time. Now we have a population of 35. We're going to make this new granary be just for wheat, and this one over here will be just for vegetables. And now it's already spring. Beggars. Times have been hard. We've tried our best to put food on the table and we're out of options. We heard of your good heart and decided to swallow our pride and come here to beg you to help us. Sure, I will give them 35 vegetables. Because it's springtime again, and we had plenty of food to make it through the winter. So, as far as I can tell, each season is just about 30 days. So if we had 60 days of food remaining, that would actually mean it's enough to have 2 winters worth of food in actuality. And in a moment, we're going to be able to see what wheat looks like. Green wheat here looks like grass. But soon we'll have a wheat field, and that'll be very nice. We don't really need wheat. We just want to get enough so that we can send the ruler next door a gift. Our storehouse has become rather full. It's not really full. It's about half full. But still, it's a lot more full of things than it was, I have to say. Probably soon we're going to wind up needing another one. Not yet, though. I am pleased to see we have 71 wood and 46 planks. So the wood shortage is over as far as I can tell. That's nice. We have 20 grain now. So we're getting there. Wonder if we can buy another piece of land. 200 gold to buy that. Yeah, we'll do that. Nice. Alright, so now we have 3 tiles. Once we have a hero, then we can explore those ruins. Your Grace, we have recently left our own realm due to the horrible conditions we were forced to live in. We were hoping to settle here with you. However, we could use some coin to help us get started. We promise to work hard. Ah. If we had 75 coin, then we'd be able to essentially buy 2 peasants. Well, I don't have the money yet, so we'll see if they're still interested when I do. So I just tried to build a well here. There's no road access, so it's interesting to see. Yes, indeed, the villagers have no problem traveling across the yards and things to get there and get that built. Good thing to know about pathing. Next payment is in 2 days, so we potentially will be able to recruit those 2 villagers. There we go. A new population milestone. We are now a big village. Going forward, we get 40 coin recurring to the family fund. We can build a stone masonry, a bakery that makes bread, and a street theater. Not much, but every actor has to start somewhere. Very nice. I think before we do a street theater, we're going to do the hero headquarters, and we have enough money for that now, so let's do it.
Oh, what a specimen! Your hero has arrived. The hero is your kingdom's strongest fighter. It can interact with secrets in the realm, level up, and even equip new items. Oh, go on, try giving it an order.
Okay. So we can move the hero around by right-clicking. There he is. Alright. It's Fergus. Open the armory. Well, that's cool. It's like an RPG element there. We can give him we'll give him a blue straw hat and essence of balance. And then he goes wherever we tell him to. Okay. Well, we're going to tell him to go to this ruin and see what he can find. While searching through the ruins, the hero finds many relics from the past. Underwear, perhaps worn by a great wizard. Or how about the floral teapot? Surely used to brew ancient potions. On second hand, perhaps. They're just regular items. These schematics look useful, though. And now, we get a wooden cart. A decorative wooden cart. How nice. And those ruins have gone away. We have a bunch of new decorations here. Wooden spikes, wooden barrier, campfire, a flag, a bench, long bench, and a wooden cart. So it's actually a schematic. It is a schematic. So it's not just one wooden cart. We can now make wooden carts. So that's an important distinction. We can make a wooden cart that's empty or one that's filled. That's nice. If there's a couple different options there. And we'll go ahead and we'll put the wooden cart right there. Next to the Heroes Guild. Our hero found it, so he might as well get the glory. Okay, so the hero can't stand on a tree tile, but he can travel through the trees. We can't apparently control what direction he faces. He always faces the same direction. Alright. Well, that's reasonably cool. Explorer. They call us the Explorers Club, and exploring is what we do. There is so much to discover out there. Wonderful secrets and hidden treasures. We could use some help to explore some of the more risky areas. Perhaps a task for a true hero. Ah, yes. So we now can start a quest for our hero. So we have to inspect and encounter. Well, I don't know if I can, though. Because I already inspected one, and I don't have any more places to send him. There's pigs there. That's super cute. They even make pig noises. Maybe I'll see if I can buy this other territory. That's 300 gold to buy this territory over here. We'll buy it there, because that's another stone deposit we'll have access to. And then that might make it possible for us to use our hero to inspect that other site, and then we would be able to complete that assignment we were given. Where is our hero? He's standing there. We'll bring him over here to the edge of our property. And there he goes. Down Main Street. Waddling along. We have enough grain now to give our gift to the princess in the neighboring kingdom, so let's go do that. World map. And send a messenger, right? Yes, and now we can give Agnes 50 grain. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, 7 days remaining. Very nice. So that'll be, hopefully, a successfully delivered gift. 20 days to inspect and encounter with your hero. So as soon as we get paid, we'll have 300 coin, and then we can buy another piece of property, and I think we can explore these ruins, and that should count as an encounter with the hero. I believe it will. I like the little quests they give you. It's kind of like a tutorial, but it feels like a little quest, which is nice. It fits the fairy tale vibe quite well. And they're all pretty simple and easy to attain, so it's not difficult or stressful at all. Right, there we go. And now we'll send Fergus in here to inspect
Wait,
these ruins.
is that my old house? I left my retainer in there.
Ruins discovered. While searching through the ruins, the hero finds many relics from the past. Once again, underwear, perhaps worn by a great wizard, a floral teapot, and schematic for an ancient stone guardian, a massive statue formed from one of the great rulers of the past. Excellent. And we've completed that quest. Good times. Now we're just waiting for our gift to be received. Let's take a look at the hero statue. Well, we can't do it yet because it requires stone we don't have, and it requires 500 gold. But eventually we will build that statue. We'll build a flag to display the pride we have in our kingdom. Very nice. We'll have to dismiss these villagers because we don't have housing for them right now. Though, on second thought, I do need to assign my workers, make sure everyone is assigned. Stone Camp could use an additional worker. Messengers Guild could use an additional worker. We have a farm that could use another worker. Granary that needs a worker. Another farm that needs a worker. I think that that puts us in a state of full employment at all of our workplaces. And we have 5 unemployed villagers, which we can use for whatever we need. Stockpile is now full, so our next thing we're going to do is actually going to be to build another stockpile. There we go. And we've successfully delivered our gift. The curse of the Wicked Witch. Oh, young love, how wonderfully naive. Why should you get to experience happiness when I could not? I tire of seeing your passion and optimism. Let's see how your fablings deal with this little surprise, shall we? The witch has turned all your fablings into skeletons. While this effect remains, fablings' hunger is doubled for 10 days. It's a debuff. And look at that, they are indeed all skeletons. How savage. Okay. Well, it's only 10 days, though. And I think we're going to be just fine. We have plenty of food, so the witch will not get the last laugh. Our people will just be skeletons for a week and a half, and then life will go on. We now can begin courting another ruler, alright. Begin courting a ruler. Deliver courting gift successfully. Alright. Well, let's do that. 100 grain to Agnes. Are you sure? If you are currently courting someone else, you will lose that progress and damage the relationship. Alright. That's okay. Very nice. Six days of skeleton life left to go. We have some spooky music playing. Probably because of the skeleton situation. Assigned a worker, John Garcia, to work at the second stockpile. So now we are not out of space there anymore. That's good. Just 2 days of skeleton life left to go. We're building another homestead, and winter is beginning to start our third year. We'll stick around for just a moment to wait for the outcome of our courting messenger. Next, we'll need a bakery and a windmill so that we can start turning our grain into bread. Though for that, I think what I'd like to do is buy this tile here. That'll be 400 gold. So we'll wait. When we have 400 gold, we'll build another tile out here, and that's where we'll put our windmill and our bakery. Our large village is starting to come together. I think it has a nice character to it. It'd be nice to live in a small village like that, wouldn't it? Isn't it kind of true that when you have a smaller community, you have more of a sense of connection because you start prioritizing connection with the people you have around, as opposed to just having this enormous abundance and then an overwhelming lack of connection with anyone, as is in the case of large cities. Or a game like Cities Skylines, where you have thousands of little people running around in the city, but really they're just a number because there's too many of them to even possibly keep track of them. But in a little colony builder like this, they're all kind of special because you don't have a lot of them. We have a total of 50 people here. Courting gift was delivered to Agnes successfully. We've acquired 50 coin for that. And now our next objective is a first date with Agnes. We need to build a flower farm, plant 40 tulip crops, and gift 100 tulips to Agnes. And that sounds quite fun, but that'll definitely be our next episode, because before we ever get around to that, what we're going to want to do is build the things we need to start making bread. That's going to be more important, as well as building our stone block production. So a lot of things we can do before we move on to that. But in the meanwhile, our little village has grown into a much larger community than it was a year ago in game. This is the beginning of year 3, so next episode we will play year 3. Agnes says, "Dear Howard Raccoon, my morning dew, thank you for the wonderful gift. It takes a caring prince to nurture such wonderful produce. I admire that. Agnes, the Harvest Princess." And that is quite charming indeed. Till next time, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.